Hi, I'm Matthew Cavalier and welcome back to my channel, Moments with Matthew. Happy Labor Day, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. We are now 3 weeks into the self-love challenge, the 1 month self-love challenge. And I will 100% admit that last week was a rough week. There were a couple of days where I didn't remember to go to the mirror until halfway through the day. And I had some really crappy days last week, whether it was from work or some personal stuff that was going on. Last week was kind of rough. And do I equate that 100% to forgetting to do my challenge and do my affirmations in the mirror? I don't know. Is there a correlation between the two? I believe there is. It could be that I was having a bad day and so I forgot, but usually I remember right when I jump up out of bed. So overall, it definitely tested the theory of whether or not this self-love challenge is really good. And what I found for me personally is, yeah, it works. Because when I started picking up and doing them again, and perhaps it did shift my mindset just to start noticing the positive things that were going on around me instead of digging into the negative. So that was really helpful for me to see and important for me to note, like, okay, this isn't going well because I'm not following what I need to do or what I promised myself I would do to try to really boost my self-confidence and my self-love. So I really had to take a hard look this week and say, all right, let's get back to what we said we were going to do. And this weekend I started to do that. And it's been a pretty good couple of days. Had a really rough Saturday, but again, I don't remember saying those affirmations prior to my day starting. And so again, causation, correlation, up to you whether or not you believe it. But my feeling is it's a few seconds looking at yourself in the mirror. What can it hurt? And maybe it will start to at least shift your mindset to focus on the positives of your life. And I think that's the important part of the challenge, is saying the affirmations at the beginning as well as doing your gratitude journal at the end of the day. So that's really important to do. Now, that's our update on our self-love challenge from Moments with Matthew. Now let's talk about this week's topic. And for me, it's been the procrastination that leads to overwhelming. What do I do and where do I start on my list of things that need to be done? My example for this week is all of the repairs that need to be done around my house. So I'm going to list them for you, and don't judge me, and I'm probably leaving some off, so really don't judge me. But I think it's important to understand, like, hey, I've procrastinated on these things, and then I've given myself a little bit of analysis paralysis of like, how do I get started? What do I need to do? And finding the ways to kind of fix that issue and move forward appropriately and getting those things accomplished. So, the light in my refrigerator, again, don't judge me, has been out for almost 2 years. Yes, that was years. The light in my garage has been out for, I would say, a good 3 or 4 months. My main primary bathroom shower has been having shower hammers, which I did try to DIY fix myself and failed miserably, but that has been broken for about 3 months. I have to replace the garage light, like I said, but also the garage door opener light and the rear light on my car. So lots of things going on that I'm just like, okay, where do I start? What do I do? What do I need to start with? And I would just say, there's just too much, and I would stop working on it, and I just wouldn't think about it anymore. So this weekend, I remembered a book that I read in a college writing class called Bird by bird. And the author gives, it's an entire book on ways to improve yourself by writing. But the story the author tells is that when she was a kid, she remembers her brother waiting to the last minute on a project that he'd had an entire month to do. And it was like 20 different bird species for his elementary science class that he had to identify and talk about and discuss how they fit into the science that they were learning. And he was getting so frustrated and so angry, and he's like, I'll never get it done, I'll never get it done, there's just too much to do. And his father came over and said to him, just take it bird by bird, buddy. Bird by bird. And that has been something, even though it's about writing, that has been something that has stuck with me, particularly when I am overwhelmed by the amount of work that I have to do. So the idea becomes taking it bird by bird. So this weekend, on a 3-day weekend, I took the opportunity to get onto Thumbtack, and no, this is not a ad for Thumbtack. I've used them before, but they are great. You put in what you need, and people can bid on your project, and you can take the lowest bidder, the middle bidder, the highest bidder, the one with the best reviews, whatever you want to do. But it kind of puts your job out there for several professionals to kind of pick up and give you ideas about. So the great thing there was I got onto Thumbtack. I'm getting my bathroom shower fixed this morning. I am getting my garage light fixed because it is a ballast issue. It's not just about changing the bulbs. And I am going to go ahead and replace my refrigerator light, replace my garage door opener light, and replace my car light. All the light bulbs have been purchased. So I really started to say, okay, bird by bird, what do we need to do first? So my first thing is, I got onto Thumbtack and I got a plumber. And while I was there, I said, well, I may as well get this light fixed. I got onto Thumbtack and I've got an electrician coming to fix the ballast in the fluorescent lights in the garage. Then I said, all right, I can just go to Target and get these light bulbs done, and now I just need to go ahead and get all of those replaced. But it really was a matter of sitting down and saying, okay, this is getting a little ridiculous. Now it's time to go ahead and start getting things fixed. And that's what I did. And you have to think to yourself, what is paralyzing me? What is stopping me? Can I go ahead and prioritize what needs to get done and then take it bird by bird? That's so important. So we have to stop and take a moment and reflect and say, okay, let me prioritize this long to-do list and just start with the top. Or do the complete reverse. Prioritize the list, flip it, and start with the little ones so you can start conquering some things and see what things you are getting accomplished that are easier, and then you can start attacking those difficult points. Don't keep sticking your head in the sand. That's what I was doing. Oh, I'll fix it later. Oh, I'll get to that. Oh, I'll call someone. And then I got to a point where it's like, all right, how many people do I need to call? How many things do I need to fix? This is getting out of hand. Well, now I took it bird by bird and I got it taken care of. And it feels great to have that accomplishment. So start with your list. What do you need to accomplish? What have you been putting off? What have you been putting on the back burner because you just don't want to deal with it? We all understand. We all do that. I do it clearly. I can barely see anything in my house with all the lights that are out. But we have to make the priority and go about doing it and making sure it happens. So make your list, set the priorities, maybe start with the easier ones and start knocking them out. Don't look at the whole list as the project. Look at one item on the list as a project. Cross it off. Smile. Take a deep breath. Be grateful that one thing is done and move on to the next one. And eventually, you're going to reach the bottom of that list and say, look at all that I've accomplished. That's what I want for you. Accomplishment. Empowerment to do what we know we need to do, because that is life. Getting up, putting one foot in front of the other, and accomplishing what we need to accomplish. I know you can do it. Do you know someone who needs this message? Please do share this video with them and click the like button. It really does help the channel. Also, do click subscribe and the bell so that you're notified when the next video comes out. And I'll see you in a week for our next Moment with Matthew.